Hi and welcome back to Cut the Craggle. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a throwback Thursday and looking at this set from 2011. The LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean Isla De Muerta. Some of you may remember this was actually one of the sets I missed out on and it made my top 10 LEGO regrets video. Well, near the end of last year I managed to snag this for a pretty good price and I've been meaning to get around to building it ever since. It might not quite be the Pirates of Barracuda Bay, but I'm excited to get stuck in. Let's take a look inside. So here it is all built up, and I think it's a nice looking little set. There's three main elements to it. By far the largest is this scene build here with the rocks and a suggestion of a cave wall. Then you have this little standalone assembly with the stone chest, and of course the little rowing boat that Jack sat in over here. We'll take a closer look at each one in turn, starting with the cave build. This is the main build of the set. There's heaps of these pearl gold studs scattered around to represent gold coins, and there's also a little gem piece and a single gold bar piece in metallic or chrome gold. Very nice to get this piece. LEGO don't really make these anymore, and I think they were even pretty rare by the time this set was released. The main play feature is this swivel wall here. So you have the regular Barbossa minifigure on the front here, and then you just spin this round to reveal the undead Barbossa. This works pretty well. There's no real fancy mechanism, you just turn it round by hand. The backdrop doesn't completely match up, and the coins either side suddenly vanish, but I think it does a decent enough job. And I can see it being fun enough for a kid to play with. Around the back, there's the second play feature, so you have this little cone piece attached here, and if you push that, it will tip over this ship mast build. It's another simple function. It's not big or ambitious, but it does exactly what you ask of it. The second build of the set is this little assembly with the stone chest filled with 882 pieces of Aztec gold. There's another one of these chrome gold bars, you get two in this set, although I have read that some versions of this set came with these just in regular pearl gold. The lid is very easy to remove, it's just held on by a single stud, so you can position it so it's only slightly open if you want. Inside there's not quite 882, but you do get 10 of the LEGO gold coin pieces. These are also in chrome gold. Something else you don't really see much of these days, and they do look really nice. Lastly, the final part of this set is the rowing boat. It uses the prefabricated piece we've seen plenty of, so there's not much going on with this besides a couple of plates for the seats and a lamp up front. You also get a couple of oar or paddle pieces thrown in for good measure. This set comes with 4 minifigures, all exclusive to this set. First up is Elizabeth Swann. This is the only minifigure LEGO release of the character, which might explain why they put her in a costume that she's perhaps more recognisable in, as opposed to what she actually wears in this scene. The printing on her torso and skirt piece is fantastic. The design matches really well between the two pieces. You can also see she has the Aztec coin necklace around her neck. And I really appreciate that they have it off to one side, rather than perfectly centre as is often the case with designs like this. The choice of hair colour doesn't really fit with Keira Knightley's, and the face print doesn't look anything like her either, but they're both generic enough that I think you just about get away with it. And if we take off that hairpiece and turn her head around, you can see she has a alternate face print where she looks even less like Keira Knightley and has a much more squeamish expression. Next up we have Hector Barbossa. Once again the printing on this minifigure is top notch. I would even say that is probably better than the printing we have today. He comes with a couple of accessories, the green apple, and a cutlass sword which fits really nicely into this scabbard with shoulder strap piece. I really like this piece. Besides the Lone Ranger train set, I don't think this has ever been used outside of the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. He also has some nice printing on the back of his torso. No alternate face print though, as it would be visible under that big hat. That face print is fantastic. I love all the little details and imperfections, and that smile is a doozy. If I take off his scabbard, it'll give you a better look at that printing on his front. That flesh print on the black torso is perfect. There's no issues with opacity here. Nowadays that would likely have a greyish tint to it. The printing is also impeccably sharp, no fuzziness or smudging, and just the fact that we have leg printing on this fig is a treat by comparison with today's sets. There are actually 2 Barbossa minifigures in this set. The second is him in his undead form and is basically just a standard Lego skeleton with Barbossa's accessories. He does also come with the skeleton legs that have boots on the bottom. They've popped up in a heap of stuff since, but I think they might actually have first appeared here. Don't quote me on that though. The final minifigure in this set is Jack Sparrow himself.
There should be a captain in there somewhere.
Amazing printing on this minifig. That flesh tone for his chest is probably a shade too dark, but it's still miles better than what it would have been if this figure had been produced now. And I love this unique printed hairpiece they made for this character. And if we take that off, you can see he comes with this funky alternate face print. This is meant to be Undead Jack, and it's pretty cool. But it's not quite as effective as having a whole second minifigure of him. The flesh on his torso kinda undermines the white skull face print. Overall, I am really happy with this set. It was on my top 10 biggest LEGO regrets, and I was really chuffed when I was able to pick this up sealed for a good price. But part of me was a bit worried that it wouldn't live up to my expectations. Another set that was on that list was the Prince of Persia Fight for the Dagger, and if you've seen my review of that, you'll know I was massively disappointed. Thankfully, that wasn't the case here. It may not be a big, massive set, but this is great fun and it's really nice to look at. The minifigures are spectacular, and it's also got a few other desirable pieces like the chrome gold stuff. This retailed for $19.99 back in the day, but goes for a lot more now. But if you're a fan of the film, and LEGO Pirates in general, you could do a lot worse than picking this baby up. What do you think of this Pirates of the Caribbean set? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, and if you haven't already, be a hero and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Laters.